Hi, Jim Ziegler, the Alpha Dog, and glad to be here. Glad to be here just about every day. Today's guest is going to be Scott Krausman from Qualify Wizard. Now, don't run away. Wait till you see what this guy's got. Um, okay, here he comes. There he is. Hello, Scott.
Alpha dog.
Okay, here we are. Facebook Live. I know you're a big Facebook fanatic. So,
No comment.
yeah, there you go. Tell us about, and Scott, you and I have known each other, what I say, about 3-4 years now.
Uh, Probably closer to 11. We
Is
we
it
met
that?
back in
Oh,
my Auto
wow.
by Tel days when that was still the DBA over there, and that was circa actually 2010. So let's go. We're going on 10 years.
My God, I didn't. Time has no
Can you tell
relevance
from
to me.
my hair here?
Yeah, I have a similar style.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I tell you, honest to God, 10 years. I have no concept of time. I'll tell my wife. Well, the other day, she said, the other day, damn, Ziegler, that was 7 years ago. Like, really? Time just doesn't even occur to me.
It's the only
God,
thing you got, my brother.
10 years. Well, listen, you know, I've known you through the Auto by Tel days, and I've grown fond of you. We've become good friends, but now you've got a new project, Qualify Wizard. Tell me about it.
We founded the company in 2016, actually. Speaking of right time flying. And I'm a dealer. Before my Auto by Tel days, I lived in a showroom, right, as opposed to working there, retail side of the desk. So we set out to build a dealer branded shopping tool. And essentially, Qualify Wizard is an install on your existing dealership website.
Okay, now you
Um,
gave me a demo the other day, and I got to see the whole program. That's why we're here together.
Yeah, I mean, basically, we give the dealer a shopping tool that generates a stock number specific lead with a full credit report, with stated income, with desired loan amount, or the customer's preference to lease, with their status on the trade, right? So they don't throw the trade in
Now,
on you at the
wait a
end.
minute, wait a minute. All of this is coming off the website.
In a one step, if you have a button on your website now that says get a price quote, the information that you're asking for on that button is all we ask for. Basic contact information plus, we call it. It's basic contact information plus the other information that a dealer would like to know up front. It all comes in a single step. So this is not a digital retailing tool. We don't quote rate, we don't quote term, we don't quote payment. We don't really give the consumer anything except the opportunity to work with you. And when you receive the request, and that's what I showed you with the demo, especially if you're the deal maker at the store, you're really getting everything you need as far as lead generation up front. The consumer's full credit report, whichever credit bureau you want, the auto enhanced, FICO, Experian version 9, if that's your preference, that's what we'll pull. You get the customers, again, income, desired loan amount, indication if they want to lease. You'll get the trade status, which includes the APR on their current open autos, an
Wait a second.
estimated
Wait. All the consumer did was put in their name and what else?
their full name,
Yeah,
their full physical address.
they put in their name and address.
Yep. And with just that information, we can pull the credit and deliver. One step, right?
That's
Uh,
incredible.
yeah, it's very, very cool technology. Fair Credit Reporting Act, right? Round peg, round hole. This is not the credit reporting mafia here on this end of the call.
And
This
it's
is
not going to wait. It's not going to show on their credit report as an inquiry.
it's a soft inquiry. It will
Yeah.
show on their credit report if the consumer pulls their own credit under the inquiry pool where it says
Okay.
these inquiries are not negatively impacting your score. But for example, if the dealer down the street pulls their credit under the hard inquiries where you see all the dealers and banks pulling credit, it does not appear on a lender's credit report. It is not a hard inquiry. It has no impact on the consumer's credit score. But your
Fantastic.
dealership name would be a soft inquiry on the bureau.
So I'm a BDC manager. I'm a sales manager. Whoever receives the information from directly from the website, when the customer puts in their name and address, all of this information, you know how much money they make, you know what card loans they have, you know how Do you know how much they paid on the car loan? Do you know the
So
balance?
what we're doing is we're asking the customer to lie to us up front, right? Which is they're good at that, right? Customers love to do that. So we're asking the customer for their stated income, right? We want the
Right.
customer to tell us the income. So this is not verified income. We would never want to be the source of any non-factual information, right? So when we deliver the dealer the income, it's what the customer said they made, right? Obviously, they're going to have to prove it down the road. Same with the customer's desired loan amount. Now that's the truth box, right? The customer is going to tell you almost all the time how much I want to borrow $40,000 on that $35,000 maxima, right? So at least you know, or they want a lease, right? But now the information that comes on the trade, that's from the credit report. So we're pulling the bureau with the name and the address. Then we're scraping through the bureau, which we're delivering to you obviously very securely. The leads come to CRM, the leads come to email addresses. We do not deliver credit reports to the CRM or to the
No.
email for obvious reasons. Those are stored in our portal very securely for managers with access to log into and review. But back there, you're going to see the customer's current APR if they have an open auto loan. You're going to see what that current automotive payment is. And you're also going to see the balance, which we don't want to call it a payoff because you know those are recalculated on a 10-day basis. But
you know the balance. You get the balance. All of this information coming off their name, address, what they claim their income is.
Correct. We call that stated income.
And all of a sudden, the sales manager or the BDC manager, right out of the CRM, not only has an inquiry from their website,
correct,
they've got all the background information to structure a deal and to strategize before they contact the consumer.
Correct. And we're setting the customer up for that first call. So unlike a lot of the digital retailing tools, which number one, this is not priced like a digital retailing tool. You know, some of the leading digital retailing tools are, you know, $19.95 a month, $1,000 a month. This is chat box priced stuff. Okay. So
well, I saw your pricing the other day, and I was going, "Holy shit, that is cheap."
I mean, listen, we generate about 105 to 110 leads per month for an automotive dealer. Okay. And I'm not going to give away the exact Alpha Dog promo pricing, but let's just say it's priced like a chat box. And at the end of the day, we are giving the dealer all the information that they need, and we're setting the consumer up for the response. So many digital retailing tools will quote rates and terms and payments, and candidly,
no.
Technology is awesome. Listen, Alpha Dog, I was digitally retailing cars back in 2002. Okay, you know, internet lead, wire me the money. I'll flatbed you the car, Mr. Wrigley, to your lake house in Lake Geneva, right? That's digital retailing. The technology came into play with, you know, email and bank wiring and a car transporter, right? We don't allow our technology to make any decisions because candidly, that's the dealership's job. But what we do is we set the consumer up for that response. So the BDC managers are trained. Obviously, you know, I'm like you, born in a showroom, and I love training. We include scripts and strategies that we encourage all of our dealers to make their own, you know, bring their own talents and their own word choices to the table. If they don't have talents and word choices in their Rolodex, right, just read the script. But at the end of the day, we want to let the dealership know that the consumer's waiting for your call. And then the BDC rep who might not have the authority to desk a deal or talk about rates or terms or pricing can honestly tell the customer, hey, good news, your credit report is in-house. No impact on your score. I see you're interested in that Nissan Maxima, the 2018 that was just traded. I see you want to borrow $35,000. I can answer all the questions that you have about the car. As it pertains to the credit, only managers obviously have access to your credit report. It's being very securely stored here at the dealership. Wink, wink, right? If you want to come on in, we can discuss it. We also are going to give you a free credit score certificate. It's going to show you not just your credit score, because credit scores are all over the place and out there, right? The customer can go to Credit Karma. The customer can look at some of their credit card accounts. Mr. Customer, we're going to show you your auto-enhanced credit score, the exact credit score that our banks want to see. We're going to give you that certificate. You'll know exactly where you stand. Really put you in a great position to talk turkey when you get to the store.
Fantastic. So Qualify Wizard, with one push of the button, will deliver to the CRM all the information that you need to structure a deal in the background with this customer.
At before hello. That's
Before
our
hello.
number one best use as a lead generator. Leads come in, credit bureau qualified, status on the trade, open APR, balance, payment history. Also, is there a co-borrower? We ask the consumer, is there a co-borrower? Yes, no, or potentially. So you potentially know, listen, sometimes you need a co-borrower, right? Just to make your deal. Sometimes the co-borrower is behind the scenes and actually the decision maker. And many times dealers don't find out until the end. So we let the consumer know, is there a co-borrower here in our lead gen form, if you will, so we can deliver that information. Data and analytics, look, we tell the dealer if the consumer was on an iPhone or an iPad, or if they were using that Apple ecosystem, so that you can engage in that method if you wanted to, or if they were on a desktop, or if they were on an Android, that sort of thing. Tons of analytics, tons of data. So as a lead gen, we call it next gen lead gen, right? It's a lead, credit bureau qualified, full credit report, trade status, co-borrower status, income, vehicle of interest, one-shot deal, all to the CRM, all to the email in real time, okay? Second best use. The next time a manager takes a TO and the customer's offering them $5,000 below net, right? And we want to make a deal here, and the customer's not paying cash, like 9.3%, 9.3 out of 10 of the consumers who are buying cars today, right? So they're making a $5,000 lowball offer, and they need to finance the deal or lease that deal, right? So it puts your managers in a position to say, look, I'm the deal maker here. I want to take your deal. Do me a favor, take out your phone. Because the program lives on the dealership website, many digital retailing tools you would actually shy the consumer away from, right? Imagine if you just penciled the customer at 6.9% because you got a strong finance manager and the credit might not be that strong, right? And then the website tool tells you, hey, it's 0% financing for 72 months, right? So we're never putting our dealers in a position where they're embarrassed about our tool, or they would be shy to show the customer the tool. In a TO, in a situation where you're trying to move a deal forward, the desk manager tells the consumer, take out your phone. Okay, you see that Maxima, right, that you're looking at? That's the one. You see that button where it says, we can pull your credit, no social, no date of birth, no score impact, or pre-qualify, no social, no date of birth, no score impact.
Pre-qualify, I like that.
Our buttons and our entire interfaces are dealer branded 100% of the time, okay, to match your dealer's branding and theme. So we're not going to litter your website with some third-party orange, widget. This is not about us. This is about
Now,
the dealer.
let me ask you: Does the button reside on the VDP?
SRPs, VDPs,
Okay.
home pages,
It's
drop-down
everywhere.
menus, slide outs.
The button is everywhere on the website.
We function at the inventory level. Okay, so our
Okay.
software, without needing data feeds from you, we don't need DMS, we don't need CRM. With just our technology, once our code is installed on your website, we understand your inventory. When a consumer clicks the pre-qualified button, right, on an SRP or a VDP, we're actually going to be displaying your photo number one. We're going to display your stock number, your VIN number, the basic details of the car. That's from our technology. Not
See, I saw that the other day when you gave me the demo the other day. Now, let's get down to it a second. Now, I'm financially involved with it. I'll disclose that right now. I mean, as soon as I saw the project, I said I got to get in on this, so I'm in it. So you'll give them a demo if they call your number, correct?
all day long.
Okay, and your number is crawling across the screen right now.
Yeah, I think you actually put my mobile phone up there, Jim, but you can call my mobile directly. If I don't pick up, Jim, if you push out the email signatures or whatever, we've text enabled now our main number. So 561-501-0888. I'm at extension 711 there, but you could send a text message. That would just be like chatting with us on our website. Listen, this is not a hard sale. Essentially, if today your dealership needs a social security number, a date of birth, and to ding the customer's credit score just to see the credit and get the full bureau in house, you just need to understand that's a choice you're making. It's not a fact of life, and we can show you that. The consumers love the idea of pre-qualifying as long as they don't have to commit to giving you their most guarded consumer information. When you remove that from the equation, not only do the leads come flowing, the conversations which may be stuck at, hey, I'd like to do a deal, but I'm not going to let you pull my credit. You've got a pressure relief valve here. And again, it's just as much of a showroom trial closing tool as it is a lead generator.
Very good. So that's Qualify Wizard, installs right on your website. Pre-qualify for this car. It's right on the VDP or whatever they're looking at.
Correct.
And it'll send them a photo of that car as well as all the information.
Correct. When they click our button, we never take the consumer away from the inventory page. We'll use a light window on desktop, very similar to like how your chat box appears on a VDP or SRP, right? We always laugh when we see dealerships that are paying vendors and the dealership's vehicles front and center, and then the consumer clicks a button and off they go to some weird place, right? So you know better than anybody else, right? You keep the consumer's eyes on the prize. They're not that excited, believe it or not, about the 0% interest, even if it is 0%. They're not that excited about the payment. They're excited about that shiny object. They're still making an emotional buying decision, and that is all about keeping the car front and center. And when you do that, then you're able to build value in the process. So that's what we're all about. But look, if the consumer closes down our box, let's say they look at your vehicle, they click our button, they close down the box, we leave them exactly where we found them. But while they're looking at our box, we continue to demonstrate your product. Again, photo number one, basic details incorporated right there into the window. Naturally, when you receive lead, stock number specific, VIN number specific, and that comes through with the lead.
Pricing, I'm not going to reveal the Alpha Dog pricing, but you are just too cheap. I mean,
we got two choices in this world, right? You can be expensive or you can be cheap, right? And there's pros and cons. What we've decided is, and a lot of it is based on my experience on the retail side of the desk, right? I've been in the marketing meetings, okay? They start at the top with your $9,500 invoices, right? With your $15,000 invoices, right? And they're usually an hour long.
I've seen some of these bogus lead providers.
No, listen, sometimes they're great. I mean, listen, some of my most expensive vendors were my best vendors on the retail side, right? I got no problem spending $9,500 on an Auto Trader invoice, right? Not a problem at all when you're making, $150,000, $200,000 a month gross profit, right, on that product. But what we found is when you get down where there's no more commas in the invoice, right? You get down to a certain level that they never get there with the marketing meeting, right? And if they reverse the meeting and they talk about least expensive price per lead, least expensive cost per sale, right? Just imagine this. Our cost per lead, our cost per sale value proposition on 105 average leads per month with your average dealer that closes leads at
coming off of Qualify Wizard, your dealers are averaging 100 plus leads.
The average dealer, right? And we don't just deal with big ones; we deal with small ones. The dealership we showed you in Granbury, Texas, on the demo, they have 300 cars in stock. We delivered them 160 leads last month, right? That's average. If you're a smaller operation, right? Look, some of the smaller operations make more money per sale, or whatever, right? If you're a smaller operation, guarantee you, right? 1 or 2 leads a day, guaranteed. You're going to get 30, 60 leads a month, guaranteed, right? No problem at all. But just use the average, 100, 105 leads a month. Let's just say you're closing leads at 10% from your own website, which we're going to also use low numbers there, especially when the lead comes in with everything you need to make a deal, right? 100 leads per month, 10 deals a month, right? $50, $60 cost per sales. I mean, we've had zero churn in our automotive vertical year to date. Okay, I'm not pounding my own chest. What I'm saying is that only a car guy who lived in a car dealership for a decade plus of his life can really understand and appreciate that things that happen in a car dealership don't happen anywhere else in the entire universe, right? And unless you've lived there, right? Unless you've decided one day, and I'll think of a story when I was 19 years, walking into a market in a Ford dealership where Excursions had just come out. And if you had a diesel one on the lot in stock, it was $20,000 over the window sticker. That's where the 19-year-old kid makes the decision, you know, can I sleep in that conversion van so that I can wake up at the dealership and maybe skate the first 5 ups of the day before the Saturday morning sales meeting, right? Because that's the mentality that you only have when you've lived at a car dealership. That's what we try to do with our company. Again, founded in 2016, we have a no queue policy, meaning none of our dealers that have a service ticket requirement, and we've got integrations with every website provider that you've heard of, right? And if you run a website provider that we haven't heard of, we can build an integration with them custom for less than 5 days of our own time. We never pass any fees onto dealers, right? But at the end of the day, when you're a car guy, it's called the scratch and sniff test, right? And we built the entire company around the scratch and sniff test. No queue. Queue is where you send. Here's some free advice to all of the vendors who we all love, right? The queue, that's where you send your clients to go cancel.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just don't have a queue. Deal with it.
Love it.
Dealer at a time, right? No setup fees, no startup fees. Here's another more free advice that, look, sometimes I'm in a room with vendors and I'm not the most popular guy in the room, right? Back in my NASDAQ days, sometimes I said things that people didn't like to hear. But at the end of the day, Alpha Dog, when you tell the truth all the time, you don't have to remember the story, right? Here's some truth. No setup fees, no startup fees, right? Those are sales prevention fees, right? No terms. I get calls every day by vendors trying to sell me stuff. If they tell me it's a 6-month term, right? If they tell me it's a 12-month term, my first question is, what's wrong with your product? Right? If it's so strong, let me ride it out month to month. If I love it, I'll keep it forever. So no sign-up fees, no startup fees. We eat all the costs involved in getting you live on the program. And then what keeps us together long-term is performance, right? 30-day out. We're going to load some Alpha Dog promo code. We'll push it out onto, you know me, I'm not the Facebook guy of the company, but we'll push something out on your Facebook post, on the LinkedIn post. We'll put an Alpha Dog promo that will allow anybody to try our program for a 90-day period of time. We'll make it so cheap that it's silly.
Oh, no.
Even during a promo.
Unreal.
Even during a promo, it's a 30-day out. I don't want to hook you into staying with me.
30 days out, no long-term contract, cheaper than chat. This is unbelievable.
Alpha Dog, listen, I don't like to talk about things that are sometimes politically incorrect in this environment. I'm a registered independent, right? And sometimes, what's sad about the world today is some of my best material is no longer, I could tell you some great jokes and I'm like, wait a minute, it's funny, but it's not funny anymore for some reason, you can't tell. Well, let's make a drug deal. By the way, say no to drugs, okay? We get you on the comeback, okay? When you have the high octane stuff, okay? You get your clientele by producing high quality product. And you keep them by continuing to deliver high quality product. We're not going to be your only vendor, right? We're not going to change the way that you send a deal to the bank. For full disclosure. Just because you've pulled the credit the easy way doesn't mean this changes the way you sign up a customer. You still have to get the customer to formally apply for credit. A lot of times the finance managers are like, whoa, wait a minute. Are you getting involved in my world? None, not at all, right? We are not getting involved in any kind of finance operation besides putting more credit reports in the funnel, right? If your website today generates 3 to 4 credit reports per month as an unsolicited lead, right? Close your eyes and imagine they're all Bogue credit, right? Now imagine 25 requests coming in. 25% of our requests come through with scores higher than 700.
Wait a minute.
50% of our requests come through with scores higher than 620, right? This is where the deals get done. You no longer have to worry about putting someone on that 2018 Maxima, then pulling their credit and realizing we got to show them the 2015 Altima, right? The 2015 Altima sucks after you've spent 3 hours talking about a 2018 Maxima, right? But if at the beginning we know we need to put them in something sub $10,000, we need to put them in something where their $2,000 total cash down, right, represents 20% of the deal.
You know
Right?
who you're talking to.
You
know who you're
start
talking
the
to.
conversation, especially when the managers are involved, on the right unit, with the right financial deal criteria in mind, with the end in mind. If the customer wants to focus on a car they can't afford, it's the consumer's choice, but the dealer's not going to be aiding and abetting in that process.
So Qualify Wizard, I think we probably told everything it does. Now we got to get people to see it. So you will give them a complete demo.
Yep.
And I mean, that demo you gave me the other day lit me up. And I got to admit, I get calls all the time from vendors. Would you feature me on your broadcast? Would you do this? And usually I blow them off. I really, I get so many people wanting to be on this broadcast. But when and frankly, I was going to blow you off. I mean, I've known you for a long time, and Qualify Wizard, So, but then I saw the product, and I went, "How much is that? You got to be kidding!" So I saw the dynamics of the program, and having been a desk manager, having been, there were no BDCs when I was in full retail, but having been a top manager in top dealerships, I said, that is incredible. That is really good. So Qualify Wizard, if your phone number's on the screen, they can scroll back and they can see the complete. I'll put it up there for a second.
Yeah, on our website, we've got a request a lead estimator. We've got really strong technology. We're 100% cloud-based. We can look at your website and give you a lead gen estimate very quickly just by looking at your site and the analytics. We have vision too. We talked about it, lead gen, number one, as a trial closing tool, qualifying tool in the showroom, number two. Number three, we didn't talk about, but essentially if you're doing any type of marketing, right, on Facebook, on social media, right, YouTube videos, right, think about what it is that you're saying and think about when the consumer clicks on it or responds well to that campaign. What are you doing, right? You're typically driving that click to your homepage. So all we allow our dealers to do is to say everything that you're saying now, right? The biggest inventory, the best service, family owned and operated, ... right? And click right here. We can always pull your credit here at Scott's Honda. No social, no date of birth, no credit score impact. We'll tell you exactly where you stand. Click right here on Facebook. Parts of our program don't live on the inventory page. So, for example, we'll include frame pages that will welcome Facebook friends, for example, that might click on a very expensive or free Facebook ad so that when they click on the call to action from Facebook, we'll land them on a page on your website that will say, hey, welcome Facebook friends, right? They are free to browse. They can go to your parts department and buy a windshield, right? But our program will be featured, right, front and center there on that page that connects what the consumer clicked on to your website, and boom, you've got credit bureau qualified requests coming through from your Facebook, from your YouTube, from wherever you're driving traffic.
So I got a pretty good overview of what's going on. Anything you want to say?
By the way, thank you for your kind words, Jim. That's not normally nice of you to say such nice things about me, but I appreciate it.
I'll beat you up on occasion. What the heck? I'm the alpha dog. Oh, Scott, we got a lot of years in this friendship, a lot of equity. Your phone number has been all over the screen. Call to get a demo. Very few viewers on the live broadcast. Never. But the replays on this broadcast, when I put it all over social world, we'll get upwards of 10,000 views on this. So anyway, the next couple of days you should be pretty busy with people inquiring about this. I'm excited to be involved with you.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Thanks again. We'll get an Alpha Dog promo code out into the world of social media and through LinkedIn, that sort of thing, so that the Alpha Dog viewers and followers will have an opportunity to share in some of the synergies that are created between you and I. I really value the relationship. Wish we could be getting together in person. Maybe one day soon. Expensive dinner in Buckhead would be nice. I think that's the last
Yeah,
time we
yeah,
saw
I
each other.
definitely would lay you away on a credit card.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. Since I've had the cancer, I can't drink alcohol anymore. I've got all this premier alcohol in the house, so I can't touch any of it.
Yeah.
Different days. Well, listen, guy, I'm going to sign this off. Stay on the broadcast after we leave. Anything you want to say before we sign it off?
Listen, just to the world, okay? Don't forget to laugh, right? We're in it's intensity, it's pressure cookers, it's divisive, it's red, it's blue, listen, okay? Life is short. Nobody's getting out alive. Don't take it too seriously, okay? Enjoy your day. Have a little bit of fun, okay? At the risk of telling some politically incorrect jokes, I didn't give you any, okay? Didn't give you any. But have a little fun. Don't forget to stop, breathe, smell the roses, and enjoy. Give somebody a hug when it's allowed, and that's how I'll wrap this thing up.
Well, I'll wrap it up with one thing. I visited your wife's Facebook page earlier. Never allow that woman to have her vision corrected. She ever gets a look at you, man, it's over.
Hey, listen, they say chemo and stress, right? Both hair loss side effects. Short-term memory, too, sometimes will get you. Anyway, thanks for your kind words, Jim.
I love you,
appreciate
big guy.
Lots of love.
Hang around.